What it do, T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Ready to Love Season 7, Episode 13 review. This week was the season finale episode, and next week will begin the 2-part reunion. And I must say, I'm excited about the reunion because everybody is into it. But before I begin, you guys, I have some behind the scenes tea. Now, on last week's episode, Morgan was taking shots at Natasha for sleeping with Tony. She felt some type of way about that. And, we're saying some, not so nice things about her and was basically kind of like SLUT shaming her. And she released a statement this past week apologizing to Natasha. This is what she had to say. On her IG, she wrote, "The way I spoke about another woman on national TV was uncalled for, distasteful, and unacceptable. And quite frankly, I'm ashamed I allowed this show, this process, people, my emotions, all these factors to get in the way of the person I know myself to be. I don't know who that woman on your TV screen was on Friday, but I assure you that wasn't me." Well, who was it then? Your clone? "Natasha, I can only imagine what my harsh words may have done to you, and for that I am truly sorry. You didn't deserve that from me. In due time, you'll discover that I have paid my karma in full and that I am taking the necessary steps to ensure this will never happen again. God, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I know I look nothing like the woman of God you've called me to be. I promise to get back in my closet and try again. Natasha, I'm truly sorry for the hurt and pain that I have caused you. I pray that one day you can find it in your heart to forgive me." It was a very thoughtful, written apology. I think that she honestly meant what she said, but the part that got me was her saying that this isn't the woman who she is and she don't know who that woman was on TV. Ma'am, you the same person that put Nair in some man's hair not long ago. So that's very much you. You're childish. You're toxic. You're full of drama and messy. So that was you. That was you. Very much you. Hopefully she'll learn from it and get it together. Now let's get into tonight's episode. The episode begins with the couples meeting up with Tommy, and Tommy explains that we are down to the end now and that the ladies have to introduce their family to their guys. It's the ladies' turn this week. And Cynthia is still stuck between Andre and Anthony. She has not made a decision yet. It's so much that she likes about both guys. So she is really stuck in the middle. I mean, for me, it was Anthony. Like, Andre wouldn't have even been a chance or even an option from the beginning. Like, he don't even know how he want his hair to be styled every day. He got 5 different hairstyles in one. So how can he be faithful to anybody when he can't be faithful to a haircut? Girl, Morgan invites her brother Harry to meet Tony. But before Tony gets there, she tells her brother about Tony's entanglement that he had with Natasha the first night that everybody met at that mixer, and how, that was an issue for her. And she also tells her brother that he's from New York, and the brother don't like that right off the rip or whatever, because New York men are notorious for having attitudes according to him and being aggressive, and he ain't really with that. And so when Tony arrives, they speak and everything, and Harry was like, "Yeah, she told me you was from New York." He was like, they don't really sit well with me. And Tony was like, "Why?" He was like, "There's that New York aggression that's different. I know that aggression and jealousy is in y'all DNA. How do you navigate that?" So first of all, like, you just can't judge a person based off where they come from. Like, that's just a general statement that you're basing on everybody, and you can't do that. So first of all, you can't generalize a person just based off their city or state. But Tony was like, he really likes Morgan, and he says how he got into it with Lyndon and how he said something that, hurt her, and he apologized and it'll never happen again. And Harry was like, "I think you're an honest guy, but the red flag for me is the aggression. If it gets too negative and I have to come find you, it's going to be a problem." So he let Tony know right off rip, like, we can get activated. It can get nasty. You know what I'm saying? But Tony kept it cute, and he was like, I can assure you it's a situation that won't happen again. I really care for your sister and da 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 da. So Tony ends up leaving, and her brother was like, he like him, but he don't really know. He don't really know. And, at this point, it's up to Morgan to figure out what it is that she wants to do for herself. But the brother, basically was like, I got my own dude, because there's just something about him that ain't really right. Cynthia has her two cousins and her sister meet with Andre. And her cousin was like, what is your intention with her? To Andre. And he was like, I'm seeking love. I made a poor choice in my last relationship. She was much younger. And her other cousin was like, so you just like the young ladies? Like, what's up with that? Like, he was like, nah, not just the young ladies, but the mature young ladies. And I'm like, that answer really wasn't any better than the first way that you said it. Like, so you like younger women, what, so you can control them? Like, so you can be more experienced than them? Like, y'all know I don't like this man and his Madea haircut. I just could not. Cynthia's cousin then asks, what makes you think you're ready for your person? And Andre replies, I don't think anyone could ever be ready for that. And so her other cousin that been side-eyeing him the whole time was like, hold up, what you mean by that? Like, what you mean you don't know if someone could ever be ready for that? And he explained some mess that he was saying. And baby, the cousin on the end was side-eyeing him just like I was side-eyeing him. Like, I just don't see it for him. He seems like he's a talker, and that's all he got is a bunch of talk and nothing else. They really wasn't feeling him for real. They don't feel like he's ready to be a stepfather to her children, and that might be too much for him. And like, his answers to me just felt generic and rehearsed, and they really honestly didn't feel heartfelt for me. Anthony then arrives, and Andre leaves. I think he had to get back to work or something, because, they do these lunch dates typically, during the week on, the cast members' lunches or whatever, or on a weekend. And the ladies really liked Anthony. Anthony seemed very intentional, like, he's ready for a commitment. He seemed to be trustworthy. Like I said from the beginning, I really liked Anthony. He was the only one to me that, really seemed like he was committed to the process and didn't seem like he was faking for cameras. So he ends up leaving, and Cynthia in her confession was like, I can tell Andre's fearful to be with me. Like, she even see the hesitation on his end. Her sister, starts to cry and says, to Anthony that they don't want to see her hurt again, and they want to see her treated well, because it seems like she's been through a lot. And like I said, the ladies really loved Anthony and feel like he's the one that she should pick. And of course, I agree. Mercedes, who I never really connected with throughout this whole season, I forget about her. Like, she's just so forgettable to me. Like, she really didn't make an impact. But she has her friend Vanessa come meet with her to meet Mark Anthony. And Mercedes tells her friend, though, that she's scared about the long distance because his last relationship ended because of it. So her friend is already on guard when Mark Anthony arrives, and she really does drill him. And she brings up the whole long distance situation, and he was like, he'll make it work. He'll go back and forth from New York to Miami because he has a place in both, cities or whatever. And her friend was like, so you just want somebody, to follow you back and forth? He was like, well, if I'm the breadwinner, I think that, she should. And Vanessa was like, you're very stubborn. Like, I could tell you're stubborn. And he was like, what I say is real. It's not about me being stubborn. It's about what I'm saying is real or whatever. So he ends up leaving, and Vanessa straight up tells Mercedes, I like him, but y'all have no foundation to start a relationship and then end up having to be separated because y'all are doing a long distance thing. And she was like, take away the fact that he's nice looking, and what do you have? And Mercedes was just kind of sitting there looking stupid, because really that was it. He was just an attraction. And I just didn't get anything from Mark Anthony. He just seemed like dead in the face, dead in the eyes. He really didn't have a personality. He seemed like he had checked out. I don't even know if he was ever really present. Like, I feel like he was just there for TV time or something. Jeffrey has her sister, who's so pretty, meet Andre. And her sister, after meeting him, was like, I like him, but I think he's going to play it safe. I don't want you to compromise anything about yourself. And she was basically saying, I don't know if he'll be fully ready to take on the fact that you have 2 children. The same thing that Cynthia's people told her. And based on what we saw in the trailer for the reunion, sister was right about Andre. I feel like Andre is all talk and, like I said, nothing else. After 13 episodes, we are finally at decision day. And first off, we have Mercedes meet up with Mark Anthony. And I loved the dress that Mercedes had on from the back, not from the front. The front part with the boobs was weird, but I love that the dress was see-through. It was just so cute from the back. But when they talk, it's obvious that he's chosen her. But surprisingly, I can't even say surprisingly, not so surprisingly, she ended up choosing herself because she just felt like the long distance would get in the way of everything. And she's looking for actual relationship and love. And she didn't really feel like that was what she was going to get from him. And I don't think that's what she was going to get from him either. So she played her cards really right and correct for me. And I'm happy that she did choose herself, because look at this man outfit and them high water pants and them, I don't even know, what are those? Clogs? What child? No, you made the right decision, child. Cynthia took our advice and she actually chose Anthony, and I was so happy about that. They seem like they are so compatible. Hopefully they're still together by the time we get to the reunion. And he chose her, of course, and I really see it for them too. I really think that they could go the distance, so I can't wait to see if they're still together by the time we get to the reunion. Andre is seen sprinkling rose petals and stuff all on the ground and looking just as country as I don't know what, child. This man got on a black blazer, a red button up. Just that alone makes my head hurt. Then I don't know if he got on slacks. They don't even look like slacks. They look like some joggers that he has scrunched up to his knees and some red high top sneakers. I don't understand how Jeffrey didn't arrive, see his outfit, and turn right back around. Because who you think you are? Who you think you playing with? Who time do you think you wasting? You don't even love yourself to wear something like this. Like, he is a joke. And here she come looking like a flamenco dancer. I don't know what was going on between these two. It was doomed from the start. However, he chooses her and she chooses him. But by the time we get to the reunion, they are not together. And she says because he got cold feet because of the fact that, she got 2 kids, and he was like, it's because, you have 2 kids and neither one of their fathers are in their lives, and that bothered me. Negro, you knew that from the beginning. So what? Like I said, I felt like he was there for TV time. Boy, bye. And last but certainly not least, we have Tony and Morgan, who meet up, and Tony, of course, is smitten with her and chooses her, and he got that slimy smile on his face. And you could tell by the look on her face that what she was about to do. So I don't understand how he wasn't ready or prepared for this. But she basically tells him that she doesn't feel like he's ready to love because of the things that he said and done throughout the process. Tony in his confessional says, I was blindsided and I was heated, but I kept it cool. She will have to live with her decision for the rest of her life. Morgan in her confessional says, if you were really looking for a wife, you wouldn't have done what you did with Natasha. The comment to Lyndon was what really put the nail in the coffin. Now, that part I can understand. And I guess in a roundabout way, I can get what she was saying about the Natasha situation. Like, if you're really serious about settling down, then you would not just go and sleep with somebody the first night upon meeting them. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. It does make it seem like he's not being serious. But then again, like I said, that was before you. So how can you really feel some type of way? I don't know. But she didn't choose him. And at the reunion, they're going to be going back and forth. And I can't wait to see it. Overall, I'm going to give the season finale of Ready to Love a C-. Make sure you guys tune in Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time. I have another home tour video for you guys. I'll be showing you all my living room, my deck, and my sitting room. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Make sure you thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.